and welcome back to the new episode. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the new episode of today's podcast series. So, today's episode is very close to my heart as we are not going to talking about a marks, any ranks, or a job titles, and we are going to talking about a vision. Today, we are going to talking about what happens when a student decide not to limit themselves to the walls of the classroom. So today's conversation and today's discussion is all about beyond the classroom, a student who took his journey global. So joining me today is someone who truly represents what clinical pharmacy can become when a curiosity meets the consistency. So Dr. Sriram Radhakrishnan, a PharmD graduate who has represented himself, his institution, as well as our profession on national and international platform in infectious diseases, antimicrobial stewardship, as well as in clinical research. But before moving forward, or before we talk about the conferences, posters, etc., let's welcome Dr. Sriram. So, welcome, Dr. Sriram. I'm very glad that you joined us today.
Thank you, ma'am. First of all, I would really like to thank FCPI for giving me this opportunity. Genuinely, I am really grateful and very happy to be part of this podcast. As we all know, FCPI has been always a strong platform for PharmD students as well as clinical pharmacists, and being associated with this organization, which really means a lot to me, ma'am. So, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, welcome again, Sriram. So let me start with a simple question, Sriram. So before all the conferences, this global exposure and publications, who were you when you first entered the family? What kind of student you were back then?
Actually, during my initial stages, I'm just a very quiet and silent person. And at 2019, where I joined my PharmD at CL Vaidmeta College of Pharmacy, which is affiliated to the Tamil Nadu Dr. MGR University at Chennai. So, although my native place is approximately some 100 kilometers away from my college, at that time I stayed with during I stayed from my native relative's house. So that itself a new environment for me. Like I need to travel from my relative's house to the college. It's a new city environment and it's a new academic beginning, and it's feel like very new for me. So during that initial time, I was like a very fearful and I am less confident person. So
Yeah.
where during the first year and second year, where I will be very silent in the class and I rarely participate in active discussions. So at that stage, like I was not thinking about the future. Like during my first year, and
Hmm.
I'm just focusing on my academics, my subjects, and how to clear those exams. So I was just only focused on academics during the initial stages of my PharmD
Oh,
knowledge. So
because most of the students basically in the first year, same like who are not outspoken are like that. So I really appreciate how honestly you describe that you are quiet, fearful, and staying in your comfort zone. But many of students think and assume that the successful people or a successful student nowadays are always confident. So, students who are listening to us now, confidence is not a prerequisite, it is something that develops over time. So, it is okay to observe, it is okay to take your time and grow at your own pace. So moving forward, Sriram, now from this phase of focusing only on to the exam, there are clearly a turning point for you, right? So when did you decide, or when did you realize that, or when did was that moment that shift your mindset?
exactly during my fourth year, ma'am. During my fourth year, we had 1 month of summer vacation during the May month. So at
Yeah.
that time, instead of treating that vacation 1 month gap as a purely as a break, we as a we myself along with my friends wanted to spend that time more productively. So at that time, with the help of one of our staff, we got an opportunity to do a short internship at a hospital. So
Oh.
during the internship period, one of my seniors from a different college introduced me to an ID physician. So the name of the ID physician is
Nice.
Dr. Surabhi. He
Oh.
practiced multiple hospitals in Chennai. And that introduction turned out to be a major turning point in my journey because Dr. Suresh Kumar was very passionate about training PharmD students, especially in the area of antimicrobial stewardship and doing clinical research projects. So during that 1 month training, I closely worked under his guidance. I observed like how the clinical decisions were made, how infections were managed, and how
Right.
antibiotics were chosen based on the culture report, resistant patterns, patient conditions, and all. So
Yeah.
also I have done few research projects under this guidance. Like
Yeah,
at
I
that,
was going to, yeah, I sorry to stop you, but I was going on that point as well. So that was your curiosity, clearly, right? That city, because of that curiosity, you did not stop there. And like you pushed yourself to the curriculum. And what made you to explore the research conferences as well as the global platform while being a student? I was going to on that questions of clinical research.
yes, ma'am. As you told, it's mainly my interest and curiosity. Like I genuinely want to explore the options beyond our classroom because
Yeah.
as a batch we are we faced COVID-19 lockdown during our second year, so we were introduced to the hospitals only in the third year. So in the third year also we usually go once a week for the hospital postings, so we don't have much time in clinical exposure. So at that time I thought like I would like to have a clinical experience for a continued period to get more
Hmm.
understanding and work with clinicians. So that's the thing where I got to explore more into the clinical area.
Right. What I like here that you did not stop for a perfect condition or wait for a perfect condition, even with a limited hospital setting, limited ward rounds, or a few ward rounds. You found a way to gain a continuity of that knowledge. So don't wait to ask yourself that how can I do that? Why not me? So that this is the very most or very powerful question, that is why not me. And every student should keep in mind that why not me. You can go to your limits, push your limits, and think out of the box. But Sriram, out of that curiosity of yours, eventually you opened the doors to the internationally and nationally as well. So you presented your work at ICMID platform. You presented in US as well as in posters in UK. So how that opportunity, first opportunity, come to your way?
Yes, ma'am. As I earlier mentioned that I had 1 month of clinical training with Dr. Suresh Kumar. There itself,
Yeah.
we have done a retrospective study. So
Hmm.
we converted that retrospective study into an abstract and submitted into an international conference. But that initial attempt, like my abstract got accepted, but I am unable to
Yeah.
present it and attend the conference because of financial constraint. Because
Hmm.
it's not practically possible for students to attend an international conference on site without any travel grants. So
Right.
then my first international opportunity actually came during the later phase of the fourth year, where at that time my interest into the infectious disease and research become more focused.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Dr. Suresh Kumar, he said that encouraged me to work for the ECMED conference at that time. Like ECMED is, they provide a lot of travel grants for particularly people from LMIC countries. But at
Yeah.
that time I can't able to I can't get data from hospitals because I ran fourth year, and fourth year I used to go college regularly. So I approached my HOD at that time. My HOD, Dr. Guru Prasad Mohanta, he supported me
Okay.
immensely, and he helped me to find to do a research without clinical data. So he guided and suggested me to work on pharmacoeconomic study which is related to antibiotics. So
Yeah.
we done a research and we converted it into an abstract and submitted to the ECMED conference.
ECMO
At the,
conference.
yeah, at that same time my HOD provided me a letter of support for the travel grant. So along with that letter of support, I have prepared a motivational letter and submitted both for the travel grant and for the abstract. Eventually, both of them got accepted, and that
Nice.
moment was very special for me
Yeah,
because
that is
it
very
really,
nice,
yeah,
Sriram. Yeah, because you faced a financial barriers, missed some opportunity, but did not give up like that. So instead, you learn how the system works. So for every students, you keep in mind that awareness, preparation, and mentorship, that is the key factors that you need to follow. So a lot of students, Sriram, believe that the international exposure is only for the topper students and the students who are from the elite institution. But from your experience, what does matter the most? It is the networking, it is the marks, it is the mentorship, or the consistency.
Actually, I used to think the same way initially, because I believe that the international exposure was only for toppers or students from
Yeah.
very big institutions. But it's not true. I was not a gold medalist or a rank holder, and also I did not come from a highly funded institution. What
Yeah.
actually mattered for me was the awareness. Students need to know about the opportunity and the consistency, because initially we will be facing a lot of rejections. Even I faced rejections, but we should not stop at that initial rejections. If we continuously put our efforts, and we need to learn from those rejection feedbacks, and afterwards rewards will automatically come to us. That's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I'm glad that you address that. This myth is directly because this belief alone like stops many students from even trying. So, because many students can think in such a way that I am not an extraordinary student, I am just an ordinary student. How can I do that? How can I do this? So, students' marks are important, but the important key is the consistency that is achievable from all of us. So, Sriram, how did you how did standing on those platforms nationally and internationally change the way you saw yourself today? Not just as a student, but as a clinical pharmacist as well.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, while attending these international conferences, first thing I gained a lot of confidence, and it changed my professional identity also. So I would
Right.
like to share one experience which impacted me a lot during my poster presentation at ECMED 2024 at
Sure, sure.
Barcelona. So
Yeah.
at that time, I had an opportunity to interact with Professor Mike Sharland. So he's a global expert, and he's the chairperson of WHO's
Yes.
antimicrobial. So
Right.
he took time to go through my research poster at that time, and he discussed it with me. And he gave me one feedback that on that particular day, he came across a lot of posters. But the best research poster he observed was mine. So
Nice.
that compliment was completely unexpected for me, and it was very heart touching for me.
Yeah. That
And
moment
also,
with that moment with Professor Mike Sherland must have felt surreal to you.
yeah,
So
I took
validation,
a
someone. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Continue, Sriram.
yeah, I took a photo with him, and if you see in my LinkedIn background image, that
Yeah,
image I kept.
I saw that image. Yes.
Yeah,
So validation from such like someone at that level can completely change how you see yourself. So exposure
exactly.
builds that confidence when you put yourselves at the right rooms. So your professional identity naturally evolves. So that is, you truly said that exposure is very must to build that confidence to each and every student. So I'm very curious about one thing, Sriram, because I myself interested in infectious disease and working as an infectious disease pharmacist. Your journey shows the strong focus on infectious diseases as well as in antimicrobial stewardship. So why you choose ID? What pull you towards the AMS? Because a lot of students not interested in AMS nowadays.
Actually, my interest in ID was like developed gradually. It started during the COVID
Okay.
19 lockdown period. So
Yes.
during the COVID-19, where infections were the headlines of the all the news channels and
Yeah.
everything,
Right.
that pushed me to read more about the infections and antibiotics particularly. So at that time, I learned more about antibiotics rather than textbook, how antibiotics works against the pathogens. like those I studied, and the interest further became stronger during my clinical training with ID physicians. So while
Yeah.
seeing the real patients, culture reports, and selection of antibiotics, so these attracted me towards the AMSP. Like AMSP is the tool to optimize the rational use of antibiotics. So I felt that we
Yes.
as a clinical pharmacist can genuinely add more value into this area.
Correct. So, what is interesting here that your interest didn't start as your goal; it is started as your curiosity. So, I am glad that you student nowadays are choosing purposeful fields, and you choose a field where a clinical pharmacist aren't a silent observers. It is really commendable. So, students pay attention that what is naturally pulls you in, because that interest keeps you going, and that is very important for a long run. So, research often scares a student, Sriram. So, they feel that it is too complex, it is not cup of my tea. So, can you tell us how did you start? What was the process from choosing a topic to publishing it and presenting it to
For
a
me,
conferences like?
mentorship played a major role. So I have my interest and I am curious about during the research, but I need a good mentor. So I
Yeah.
approached my seniors and my faculties to guide me in doing a research projects. So initially, my first publication, I have done a case report with my senior. My senior guided me, and with his help, I have published a case report. So guidance from them helped me to stay on the right path and remain consistent in my journey.
Yeah. Right. You have highlighted such something crucial here, that research is not about a brilliance; it is about a mentorship as well as the feasibility. I am also very glad that I have a good mentor with whom I can publish 4 to 5 papers. So I am glad that you said that, because students think the rejections mean failure, but if you keep going it, and you have to take it as a feedback that you needed, and you must keep going on that. So, Shriram, now let's talk about something that people don't show on LinkedIn. So behind every achievement there is a rejection, burnout, as well as a self-doubt. So what were some struggles that you faced during your journey that people may not know about?
Sure, ma'am. I will. One major challenge I faced, like when my abstract got selected for the ECMET conference, even I got my abstract selected and my travel grant also accepted. But at that stage, my initial visa application got rejected.
Oh.
So I did not clearly know the reason behind it, but that
Yeah.
phase was extremely difficult for me.
Right.
After putting so much efforts into research and getting a travel grant, facing a visa rejection was very discouraging.
Yeah.
So
Right.
during that period, I don't know what to do, and I approached my college management,
Hmm.
and then my college management and faculty supported me immensely. I They understood the importance of this opportunity, and they helped me with that visa process. So
Yeah.
from that support, it's a huge help for me, and because of them, I got my visa then, and I went to Barcelona. This is
Okay.
one story, and also I would like to share another one thing, like
Yeah.
another study during my fourth year period, where I had
Hmm.
college timing from 9 to 4 p.m. So
Right.
after that, I used to travel around 1.5 hours to an hospital to meet Dr. Suresh. So
Hmm.
I would attend ward rounds and OPD with him for 1 to 2 hours at the hospital, and then I will travel back to my home late night. So at that fourth year 1 year period. So those days were physically tiring and very stressful for me.
Yeah.
But
Right.
my interest in research and ID antibiotics kept me consistent in push me
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah. Did you ever felt isolated or misunderstood for choosing these path that was not different, that is very different from other peers and not chosen by the other peoples?
Honestly, I did feel at some time, ma'am, because until my fourth year, I had a very good college life. I spent a lot of time with my friends, and we
Hmm.
enjoyed the college together. But
Yeah.
after that, my focus shifted towards my career. There is a gap where I don't spend much time with my friends. So, like, I accepted that phase because I need to focus on my career. My career is a long term thing. I need to focus. So
Yeah.
I felt like I left behind during the
Yeah.
later phase of my PharmD.
Yeah, thank you for sharing honestly that visa rejection as well as physical exhaustion as well as a social trade-offs that are really nowadays who are not talking matlab, all the persons who are not talking about. So this need to be heard, Sriram. So social media only shows the results. They did not show the sacrifices. So growth often feels uncomfortable for everyone, for you, for me, for the people who are nowadays. It feels rewarding afterwards. So staying on a track and moving forward, that is important, and you don't need approval from anyone to do that actually. So let me ask few questions in the rapid fire, like a rapid fire round to you, Sriram. So be ready. So you have to answer like in one sentence for the students who are hearing to us now. Okay. So let me
Sure.
ask my first question to you. That three actionable tips for a PharmD students.
First, students need to observe and explore the opportunities.
Right.
And second, they need to find very good mentors. And third, they can start from small and basic level and be consistent in your journey.
Right. So this is such a grounding state and grounding message that slow growth, curiosity, and the consistency. So these are the key steps that one should know and one should follow from the beginning. For all the PharmD students who are now hearing to us, these are the three key steps. So moving forward, Sriram, what misconceptions about a PharmD or a clinical pharmacist do you wish would finally disappear? So you can answer. You can answer in brief, or you can answer as much as you want, because this is very important question for all the students.
The biggest misconception is that PharmD has limited scope, ma'am. Wherever I
Yeah.
open the LinkedIn nowadays, the post like lack of scope for PharmD people. But in reality, pharmacists have very strong roles rather than not only in healthcare, in research and industries. Everywhere, PharmD has very good scope here. So that is one misconception. And regarding clinical pharmacists play a very good role in a hospital, not only just in accreditation or documentation process. In real
Right.
clinical practice, they support doctors. Most of the doctors need clinical pharmacists. As you know, as I
Yes.
told earlier, ID physician as him, he he trains a lot of PharmD students. He need clinical pharmacists to do well in AMSP roles.
That is true. So you have yourself shown that the PharmD is not limited as a limitation. It often as a limitation. It's a mindset basically, not a degree. So basically, I myself feel that in our hospital as well, each and every physician, each and every intensivist needs the pharmacist. They himself ask for a pharmacist for particular. So I'm working in ID, and ID department has a particular pharmacist, like special pharmacist for a ID department. Similarly, the consultants from a hematology, consultant from a cardiology, they want their separate clinical pharmacist. So nowadays, clinical pharmacist plays crucial role in the hospital, and each and every field they are showing up and speaking up. So moving forward, my third question, Sriram, if you could go back and talk to your younger self one day, so what that would be? The first day of your PharmD, what you are going to told your younger self?
Be patient and don't compare yourself with others, and we need to trust our own efforts. Consistent efforts will definitely shape our journey further. And most importantly, I would say that stay curious and stay consistent in your effort, and further the results will come automatically. That's the thing.
Yeah. Right. Because comparison only comes with a disappointment. So you have to
Yeah,
compare, then compare with yourself only. Don't compare with others because everyone's journey is different, everyone's pace is different. So you need to keep your pace and moving forward, right? So,
yes.
Sriram, I'm going to ask my last question. In one sentence, what does what does beyond the classroom means to you?
Beyond the classroom means like learning. It's basically a learning, everyone learning because you genuinely want to grow, because not
Right.
because like someone is watching you or someone is evaluating you, not for that reason. You genuinely, if you want to grow, that's the meaning for beyond the classroom. You need to learn because you genuinely want to grow.
Right. You don't need everyone's exception.
Yeah,
You don't need everyone's support and anything. You just need to keep moving. You just need to learn. You just because for the long run, you need to keep going. And learning is the process that never stops. Right.
exactly.
So
Yes, ma'am.
thank you, Sriram, for sharing your achievements as well as your mindset, struggles, and visions. Your journey really proves that the consistency and the mentorship can take you to the places we once thought that was impossible for us. So keep moving, Sriram, and remember everyone, not just me, not just Sriram, just remember everyone, your degree gives you the knowledge, but consistency decides how far you go. And consistency for each and every average student is achievable. You just need to start, you just need to be curious. Thank you again, Sriram. So,
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah. So for students, if this episode is resonate with you, then share it with your fellow family students who needs this reminder. So until the next time, stay curious, stay consistent, and always look beyond the classroom. Thank you.
Thank you.